The Class 89 is a prototype train which was built at Crewe Works in 1986. British Railway hoped that the Class 89 design could be used on the Channel Tunnel between London and Paris, but however the Class 89's internal design were only used on the Class 9 Eurotunnel, which was used for transporting cars in and out through the tunnel. British Railway also hoped that the Class 89 would replace the Class 86, but British Railway used the Class 87 and the Class 90 instead. On the 9th of February, 1987, Class 89001 was taken to Crewe Electric TMD. On the same day 89001 ran for the first time on its own power, but, however, on the 20th of February, 1987 the Class 89 ran on the main line for the first time. After this, the locomotive was moved to Railway Technical Centre in Derby for tests like weighing. On the 13th of April, 1987 the Class 89 was moved to Old Dalby Test Track for more tests like evaluation and pantograph tuning. Main line running between Crewe, Willesden and Carlisle was performed with the Brell International rake of Mark III coaches, along with measurement coaches. After all of the tests, the Class 89 was moved to Hornsey Depot in London on the 9th of December, 1987. Later on, 89001 was moved to Bounds Green Depot. In May 1988, the Class 89 returned to Old Dalby Test Track again for tests. Later on 89001 went on a tour to Hamburg with a Class 90, a Class 91 and a Class 150. On the 17th of June, 1988 the trains returned to Britain. On the 3rd of July, 1988, the Class 89 hauled the Mallard's 50th anniversary special. Loads of train spotters went to see this special tour. On the 15th of July, 1988 the Class 89 began regular passenger service with Mark I coaches. Later on the engine was painted into the new style Intercity Swallow livery and was named to Avocet. Sadly 89001 suffered a serious failure and was removed from passenger service in 1992. Following privatisation of British Rail in 1994, the Class 89 was put for sale and GNER bought the Class 89 for £100,000 and started running services between London to Leeds and Bradford in 1997. However, sadly 89 had another failure and it was moved to Doncaster Works in 2001, but also moved to Bounds Green Depot again in December 2001 for use as a generator for the depot. It was later moved to Doncaster Works again before it was put up for sale. With 6 weeks of no bids, the AC Locomotive Group brought the Class 89 before it could be scrapped in 2006. The locomotive needed expensive overhaul before it could run on the main line again. The overhaul was completed in 2007 and it was repainted to the Intercity Swallow livery. The locomotive was lifted by Harry Needle Railroad Company at Barrow Hill Engine Shed in December 2010 and some traction motors were removed at the time. On the 30th of April, 2020, the locomotive was moved from Barrow Hill Engine Shed to Towton TMD to be repainted again. In October 2020, the Class 89 had some tests at Soho TMD. In 2021, Locomotive Services Limited and the AC Locomotive Group made a partnership where they would fix the remaining tasks. The Class 89 will run for another 5 years. Some models made by Silver Fox Models and Rails of Sheffield to reminder us on this semi-failed train, but however the Class 89 had some tests in July 2024.